Alright, welcome back. We're the Dutton Duo. I'm
The Dutton
Kylie.
Duo.
Yeah.
The Dutton Cast.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Kylie.
What are we doing today, Kylie?
Oh.
I'm Cam.
We are asking some questions.
From where?
Reddit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you a Redditor?
No, please. Actually, please don't say that. And we're just gonna jump right into it, actually.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time to waste. Limited airtime.
We don't. It's like, this is it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start us off, Cameron. What is the hardest rejection you've ever experienced?
I'm gonna do a couple because I can never pick, I can never settle on something being the worst or best of anything.
It's embarrassing that you've been rejected that many times.
Well, there's some pretty good ones. I didn't say I was rejected that many times. I was giving you an example. I think you took that out of context. That's hearsay. Bruh, what was I talking about? Rejection?
Yeah.
I think the first time I was ever, one of the worst rejections I ever experienced, I think it was, there was this one girl, Kate, elementary school, at the playground recess,
Pretty far back.
No, it is far back, but listen, so me and my friend were I don't know what we were doing, because, the way it happened, the way I told this chick I liked her and her response, which is the rejection part, I'll get there, but, the way it happened, I must have been, I was with Diego, my childhood friend.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
At the playground. I must have been, holding his arms or something. Because I remember when I asked it, and I can see why, it's pretty cringe.
Okay.
She was just, I saw her and she was close, and, for some reason in my head, I was now's the time to confess. And so, I'm, swinging on, Diego's arms or something. I remember going, hey, I like you. And then she immediately was like, ew, no. And it was really sad for a while. And then she kept she was just gone. I was just damn. Because she went and played at another part of the playground. And then she eventually came back and just restated it. So what did you mean? You mean you like me? I'm like, yeah, I think you're cute. And she was like, oh. And then we were walking back to the class and there was one girl, I think her name was Hannah, but she had I remember the way she it was a different girl, but Katie grabbed her and dragged her and just I think this is more you, and literally said that. Elementary school girls are mean, Kylie. But and then
Okay.
Honestly, that's probably cake. I don't.
Alright. I mean, those are solid. They're
What about
not
you?
super great. I in elementary school, super pretty far back too. It might have even been middle school. Maybe, I can't remember. But there was this guy that I had a crush on for ever. His name was Sam. And this one time, I had already asked him out, and he said no. But, as time progressed, I figured eventually he'd have to like me. So it was recess, and I was wearing a dress. I felt so pretty, and I followed him around the entire recess and asked him at least 5 times if he'd go out with me over and over.
No, that's the thing about elementary school relationships is that you do that. You think for some reason that because I did the same thing. I remember I got rejected and I kept asking her.
I was like, you're really not going to? Please, will you please go out with me? No. And actually, as a matter of fact, funny story, he ended up asking me out in high school, and we dated.
Yeah, and then you go with your best friend.
He did go with my best friend.
True. Before we moved. Which is so funny. They were well, we thought you were moving anyway, so why wait?
They lasted a pretty long time. Until she realized that he was a POS. But maybe she realized that.
For me, it's not. I don't really have a lot of embarrassing rejection stories because I didn't really ask that many people out, so I was never really rejected. But there's a lot of embarrassing stories just in front of crushes. What do you think your most embarrassing story in front of your crushes or partner? One of mine for sure. I mean, there's my entire crush on this chick named Emma Welch that was in my my class in kindergarten, first grade, I think second. It's just nothing but cringy experiences. I remember being in line to go inside and it was cold and I sneezed or something, and she was right in front of me. They're the longest. I'm talking the gooeyest and greenest and thickest snot, like probably down to here, like past my. I'm just trying to go to like hide it, and then like people are looking. I'm just like, and yeah, that was that one. And I remember, I don't think I understood social cues very well as a kid. It was like Valentine's Day, and you know how like everyone puts their Valentine's Day little
the gifts
thing, and you can put your little cards in there. That's how we did ours. I remember I went and got like a bunch of Batman ones because I thought they were cool. And like these two people were talking about it. Like one guy was like talking to him about like the card, and like they got for each other. I was just like, oh yeah, did you guys get mine? And they looked at me like they seriously looked at me like adults looking at a kid trying to join a conversation. Like it was bizarre, and they just ignored me. I was just like, oh well, you must have fallen out. And it was sad.
That's so sad. That's heartbreaking.
All of elementary school is heartbreaking for me. Alright, next question.
Okay, alright. If you could turn into an object, what object would it be?
Am I conscious?
Yeah.
Am
like
I
you know that you are that object.
But I'm permanently like, stuck as that object for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Like you can't, yeah.
Do I have like weird appendages that are like
you're the object.
Okay, so it's saying that if I chose to be this NASA cup,
you're the cup. Like you're consciously you're like the cup.
And do I just like kind of see like 360? Is that like I just have like a perception?
I feel like maybe you just have like one view, maybe like this side of the cup is your face. Yeah.
Or I guess one side, but
yeah.
So this is like a fucking curse. Like this really isn't like a good thing.
No, it's not.
Well, if I could be any, that sounds like shit. Maybe a cigarette, so I'd be hopefully killed. Or do you think like I'd live on as I smoke?
Like it's the little butt. Like
yeah, the butt.
Yeah. There's no disappearing. I'd want to be water.
I don't want to. I would be water, but it's like.
Maybe fire.
Am I gonna feel all of the shit that's inside me? Am I gonna feel each individual fish?
Like, oh, you're gonna be like the ocean water, not like a cup of water.
Oh, well, I mean, you should have specified, girl. You literally said I want to be water.
Well, like.
Next question.
Okay. How would you recover from saying bye, love you when signing off of a work call?
I'd commit to it.
I would commit to it too.
I'd say it again. I'd say it every time.
You'd
so,
be like.
I mean, they would think it's just, oh, like Cam's really sweet. He's like, he always, like, hey, make sure you get home safe tonight, Jer.
Call like you're nicknaming them and everything. Okay. What is a real life story about people you know that would be a great plot of a movie?
Of other people, not myself?
You think that you could be a movie?
Yeah? You don't think you could be?
I think your movie would be really boring.
I don't think you know how to film a movie then.
I feel like your movie would be the equivalent of like...
No, because like, no. You're not imagining the actual like directorial guidance of what my movie would be. Like this whole part, like all of this boring shit's been happening, that would literally happen within like 10 minutes of like a montage.
But what are the fun parts of your life that you'd put in there?
It's not necessarily fun, bro. It's sad.
So it'd be like a sad movie.
Yeah, it'd be about me like being in like those special ed classes when I was a kid and being like mistreated by teachers and being ostracized, and then like got to high school and I was like struggling in school and shit, but the whole time it's because I had to be on Adderall. I could talk about like my druggy brother and it's kind of an awkward topic now.
Yeah,
there's a lot of tension in the air. I think we should move on.
Okay. What would be a fun thing to call random people and tell them? Like given the chance you're just like prank calling people, what's your like go-to like prank calling line?
Like a go-to prank call?
Yeah, like you're prank calling. What's your like what are you saying? Like, oh, your house is on fire. Your refrigerator's running. Like I'm
gonna be real with you. I don't think prank calls are funny. So it's really hard for me to imagine anything that I'm gonna say that is like gonna be like.
Okay.
Because like I don't think you could show me a prank call video and I laugh.
I think Jenna Marbles has funny prank call videos.
I've never seen them.
Well, maybe perhaps after this, I can. Okay. What fictional character do you most identify with? And don't give me some. You don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because the entire time I grew up, I was treated like a special ed kid. And that entire story is about somebody who has mental impairment, still able to pursue everything. No, not really. I just fuck with the movie. I'd probably say I relate. I just really vibe with that movie. Is what I meant to say. I do have a speech impediment, and sometimes I stutter hard, and like the word comes out really misconstrued.
Oh, okay.
No, it's true though.
This is a good question for you because I remember you talking about this before. But what's the best school prank you've ever made or seen someone make?
Which one did I tell you?
That you put a
stink bomb.
Stink bomb.
That one's a good one. Stink bombs. Like, all right. So to set the scape, the scene. It's me, Graham, and my friend Israel.
Israel.
Yeah, Israel.
Wow.
Graham is an asshole, and that's not a bad word, is it? If you think it is, then that's different. But we're gonna wait for that one.
Okay.
He was. Can I say?
You can say poo-poo head. Or like a pee-pee head.
We had a very like bully friendship type thing where we all just
mean.
we were all just mean to each other, but we
Okay.
thought it was in good spirit.
It was
never
funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like Graham just brings these stink bombs one day and he's just chucking them in the hallway and stuff, and then we get to gym class and it's the last period of the day and we're all best friends, we're all hanging out together, but me and Graham are like, hey, let's go sneak into the locker room and put a stink bomb in Israel's bag. And then we do that, right? And we wait.
Maybe you whisper that into the mic.
Hey, we're gonna sneak into the locker room and put a stink bomb in Israel's backpack, and then wait and break it when he goes to get on the bus. And so, like, it was a great idea. And this is actually the first time I ever got a referral or any type of written up at school. The one and only time. Ruined my record.
Is referral like a thing that happens to like all states?
No, it's a Georgia thing. It's like getting written up. Like, I was just.
It stays on his permanent record.
Yeah. But anyway, so like, these are glass stink bombs, and so we put it in like the front pocket.
Yeah.
And he comes and puts it on, and we're trying to break it. Like I don't know. If you would imagine, maybe from someone else's perspective,
Like
you
someone in the hall. Okay.
you see two kids
Mm-hmm.
punching the absolute. Can you say hell?
Yeah.
The absolute hell out of this kid's bag.
Yeah.
Trying to break it. Like he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And like we take the bag off of him, we're throwing it on the ground, trying to break the glass in there. So like the stink bomb happens, and it's just not working. He's like, "Stop!" Because we're just beating up on his bag, and then one of us start like stomping on it. It breaks because you smell it. It hits us instantly. He just goes and like he starts gagging and whatnot, and we're all laughing like crazy about it and stuff. And then the bell rings, and he's like walking through the hallway, and everyone's looking at him. He ends up leaving the bag at the school because he wasn't going to bring it on the bus.
Right.
Also, I would like to clarify that in no way do I think that I am that this is like not kind of mean or like potentially like harmful to someone's like esteem or something, but yeah. The next day or that weekend, because it was Friday, so we got back to school and we get called up to the office, and
like the weekend could pass by.
Yeah, because we did it Friday.
Oh.
And then he left the bag there overnight, and then like yada yada. So we get called into the office, and they're asking about it and stuff, and which is kind of messed up. My friend Graham completely tried to throw me under the bus.
Well, I feel like that's, you know, what kids do.
Probably not me though. I'm extremely honest.
You're a kid. No, you're not.
when I was a kid, I was extremely honest. I confessed everything to my teachers. I never got in trouble for it, so why would I ever change? Old people love, like, honest kids that are just going to tell them the truth. Like, anyways, I'm talking to her, and she's literally grilling me about it. She's like, are you sure it wasn't you that put it in his bag, or that it wasn't you that broke it? I was like, Grandpa brought the stink bombs. We both put it in his bag, and we both were breaking it. And then it was yada yada, but she pulls up she goes, Cameron Dutton? Okay. Looks like you've never been in trouble until now. And I'm just sitting there in a chair, and I'm literally about to cry. Like, I can't handle authority figures, like,
did they know that you were special?
I'm not special, but,
No, but, like, academically, it was on your, like, stuff.
This was when we lived in Georgia. Hershey Elementary School is a school that basically said that me and Katrina were going to be some background information. Indiana has a terrible school system. No, I'm going to finish before you call me special again.
Okay.
Hershey Elementary School considered both me and Katrina to be mentally handicapped.
Right.
And were teaching us a year behind on top of holding us back.
Yeah.
And, like, when I tell you, when I went to class and stuff, you're not given work, you're given busy work. And, like, whenever I got to watch a movie in class, like, in the main class, my teacher would send me to the special ed class to do work. Why don't you go ask Miss Warren if there's any homework or any work you can do right now? And, like, I get heated. I'd go in there, like, I'll walk there, right? And open the door, and I was like, hey, do you have any work for me? She told me to come ask. And she was like, yeah, hold on, I can get you something. And then she, like, would literally give me an assignment just to give me an assignment, just because I came in, like, basically was asking for one. And then I eventually got, like, kind of wise to it, and I would walk halfway down the hallway, turn back around, and said there was nothing there. And she's like, are you sure? I don't think they liked me very much, bro. It was kind of messed up. Anyways, jumping back to now, Kylie. No, the Georgia school, like, they might have been able to check that I was in, like, an IEP, but they did not consider us mentally handicapped. We were normal students with learning disabilities.
That's good.
It is good. Damn. But she guilted me into it, like, yada yada. And then she made us dig out all the glass that was in there by hand. Like literally, I remember we went outside, and she's staring at us, and me and Grim were like, she was like, all right, clean it. Or you guys want to buy him a new bag. I'm like, okay. And, like, I go to do it, and I'm like, it's glass. And she's like, get it out. And I'm sitting there, like, throwing those Johns.
Why would he not have just bought a new bag anyway?
I mean, the smell doesn't stay.
Oh, maybe it would.
Next